Hi, have you ever considered hiring a doula? Do you even know what a doula is? A doula means woman servant, and it's a Greek word. And what we do is we mother the mother during labor. There's also doulas that work postpartum, that mother the mother postpartum and are hard workers. So a doula in layman's term, is somebody who is your personal childbirth educator / birth consultant / masseuse during labor. They do everything for you. Everything. You just have to show up to the birth. Now, a lot of fathers are concerned because they feel like, well, why would I want to have a doula when, she has me? Well, obviously they haven't been watching the childbirth videos or gone to childbirth classes to realize that a lot of that information doesn't come natural to a lot of men, doesn't even come natural to a lot of women. And a birth professional such as a doula is there to make dad shine. So dad doesn't have to remember everything in childbirth. It's going to be impossible for everybody anyway to remember everything that they have learned in childbirth. And so it's really important to consider hiring a doula. The studies say that those who hire a doula have a 50% chance of a reduction in a cesarean. And I believe it's 60% reduction in needing an epidural, needing and wanting an epidural. And it also, having a doula is going to shorten your labor. And I believe it's 25%. Just having a woman staring at you continuously, coming and going, like what the nurse does, isn't going to cut it for you. It's having a woman there. And so not only a doula doesn't sit there and stare, the doula is there making sure every second that your emotional needs, your physical needs are taken care of at every second during the whole labor, as well as provide dad tricks and tips on how to help you as well. So he, again, looks good. You will always remember your birth experience. And again, a doula is really there to make sure that you just have to really just show up and do the work. You have to kind of do the work, but she helps you every step of the way. It's sort of a birth coach for the couple. And someone there specifically to explain to them at all times if they have a question, at all times if they have a physical need or an emotional need. The doula is right there with them every step of the way. So it's almost like the doula is the orchestrator, and does this beautiful work and let all the instruments, and the people and the singing and whatnot, and making sure or the conductor, sorry, I used the wrong word, but having that conductor of an orchestra, that is what a doula does, and making sure things that run smoothly. Now, like I had mentioned, the nurse doesn't and can't stay with you during your birth experience. She helps you as much as she can. However, she has other clients and other patients that she is having to attend to. And when and whoever has the emergency first, that's who her attention goes. Doesn't mean that if you don't have a question that you can't call the front desk and have another nurse answer your question or assist you if you may need some help. So, which just leads me back to, again, you're not going to have that continuous support if you don't have a doula there at the delivery. And a doula also not only helps you orchestrate everything and make sure everything runs smoothly, they help you with your fear and your tension, your pain. They literally thrive off of helping you get rid of your pain. And so they have all these tricks up their sleeves and in their bags. We actually have our doula bags or our birth bags that we have special tricks and tips that we do for a mom to help relieve her discomfort and also make sure she goes as quickly as naturally as possible That's our job. We also, so that may mean getting her in lots of positioning and the right positioning and help to get dad involved to be able to help the situation run a little smoother as well. We all work as a team. So dad, doula, mom, and again, the nurse can be part of the rhythm of the birth team as well. Again, sometimes she's going to be out a little bit more and not be around, or other times she's going to be right there and be really a good presence and in that birth team. And so again, it might just be the three of us, mom, dad, and the doula, or again, the nurse might be involved. But again, that's not very often. We can't count on that because again, she may have other people that she has to take care of. So I highly recommend that you look for a doula. There are ways to find a doula on this website. Going back to the birth, not Mom's Radiant Spark, where this private page is. But if you go back to Birth and Breastfeeding Solutions, you will have a little tab where it says, find a doula. Also, you can find them at dona.org, DONA.org. You can find them at CAPPA.net, CAPPA.net. You can also find them if you are in the state of Utah at the Utah Doula Association.org. And there's all kinds of ways to find a doula. Make sure that you interview several of them and make sure you get the right one for you. Also, what doulas do is they provide prenatal visits to answer all of your breastfeeding or your prenatal, pregnancy, birth, and then breastfeeding questions. Yes, that comes later. So they help you prepare beforehand. Some of them even give you a private childbirth class, and let you know exactly what's going on. And then you call them when you are in active labor. So that's when the doula comes and meets you either at home, or she'll meet you there at the hospital or at the birth center. Or if you're having a home birth, she'll be meeting you there at the house and staying there. Then after the baby is born, they're there to make sure of that first initiation of breastfeeding happens, and that you're settled and dad's settled and everybody is settled and doing well. And then she comes back sometime, I know for sure one time, and does a postnatal visit with you and answers all your postpartum questions and make sure that you are doing well. And also, doula's really good with resources. They know who is a really good pediatrician. They even know who really is the good OBGYNs who are out there, and midwives who are delivering. And so, because they want you to have the best experience possible and the best start. So they always, again, are going to give you their best. So I encourage you to look into that option. And again, if you're still not feeling that that is an option for you, again, the second option would definitely be getting the Beautiful Birth Bundle, which is also highlighted in the video series that's here at Birth and Boob Talk. And I would encourage you to look into that as another option, or look into having both. It's a great supplementation to have the Beautiful Birth Bundle. But boy, having a live doula there rocks it, and you just can't compare. So I encourage you to look into, again, that option. Nobody ever regrets having a professional labor and support person there, and that way you can have an amazing experience. Also, the studies say that those that have a doula in their birth experience do have extreme high rates of birth satisfaction, as well as a 30% likelihood of exclusive breastfeeding 6 weeks postpartum, which doesn't seem like a long time. But when you've been mothered the way a doula mothers you, it just carries over into your role as a mom. So have a wonderful day, and consider that you're worth it. Your birth experience is worth it, and your baby's worth it.